So I'm just going to recap a 1 to 10 trade that I took on the 23rd of July, and that trade was open for 7 days. Last week, or this week, I was away, so there was no daily analysis videos, but I was posting on my YouTube channel of areas that I was looking to trade from. There was no trades taken this week, but we'll also do a weekly review just to see if anything was missed. So let's first recap the 1 to 10 trade. So at the time we had this breaker structure here on the daily time frame. Price then pulled back, and then we was looking for the reversal or the continuation. The trade that I actually took was the continuation. So if we go onto the 30-minute time frame, I just use the daily for the direction, and then everything else is done on the 30-minute to keep it nice and simple. So here's the trades that I was trying to take the reversal from, but they were losses. And then we did get a breaker structure out of this area here. So that was phase C, continuation confirmed. And then I had these 3 POIs here. Don't usually get a lot of POIs, but when I do get a lot of POIs, I need to take the trades at each one. Hopefully sometimes the trades would become invalid for whatever reason, but these all didn't. So I had a loss here, and then this was the trade that I took that triggered the continuation to take out the daily high. So he got in here on Thursday, 23rd of July, and then it was just a matter of holding all the way until our target, which was a 1 to 10, which was just before the daily high on the daily time frame. So we took it down here, and it was aiming for this high here, but I only really aimed for 1 to 10, so I just kept it at a 1 to 10. Could have targeted that high, but I just kept it at 1 to 10. So then after that breaker structure, what I'm looking for is I will continue to buy if it's struggling to the daily candle hasn't closed above it. So like here, price didn't close above this, so I would have still been looking for buys until price finally does break structure. So this week was a case of waiting for the pullback. After the breaker structure, I'm not really looking to continue to buy because I don't know, I've got no target, and especially because it's at all-time highs at the moment, I've got no target after the breaker structure. So what I'm waiting for is the pullback to start happening. And there was one area that I was looking to sell from, but this become invalid. And this become invalid because I have a rule where if the liquidity has been taken before the entry, and the entry happens before it hits the POI, then I'm not going to take it. So this liquidity is quite far away. So that's where liquidity was taken, and then an entry happened just here, and it just before it touched the POI. Or it might have just... I class this as didn't take, but the entry... So we had that candle, that was the entry candle right there. And then price pushed down, and then it failed, and then pushed higher into the POI. So that was, for me, the reason why I did not get into this trade. So now what I'm waiting for, if this POI holds, and then we get breaker this low here, and then we get the model, I get a POI, then, so what I'm looking for is, I'm looking for this to go, and then I'm looking for some sort of POI up here with the model, and then I can sell down into below 50% of the daily range. So yeah, this week's no trades were valid. We had a daily breaker structure, and I wasn't looking to buy. I was waiting for the pullback. The pullback has occurred here. We had a POI, but the POI become invalid. So what price can do now is it can either push higher or we can get that pullback, and then depending where the high is at the moment, this is our low, this is our high. How far I want to sell to is below 50% of the daily range, and the first POI on the daily is here, and it is on the 30-minute time frame. The POI is below the 50%. So if I get an entry up here, which is I want to get in early at the top, and then I want to trade all the way down to these POIs here. So I want to sell it into these POIs. So yeah, that is the weekly review. That is the 1 to 10 trade recap. And I'll be back tomorrow morning with daily analysis on Germany 40.